So this is an event chart of a hailstorm that blew through our county, and that was back on March 8th, about a week ago. Did considerable damage to uh, many of my friends and acquaintances' homes and yards and cars. I got the birth time for this event from a radar chart. 4:38 a.m. is about the time that it hit the edge of our county, which is where the first location got hit hardest, near a lake also. And there's a lot of correlations also with numbers for where these planets are laying that go to events of an emotional storm in my life. But I'm going to focus right now on the hailstorm, which is why I charted it to take my mind off of my things. So at 4:38 a.m., if that was, approximately the time, that gives us an ascendant and a descendant of 318. And as it blew through, then this axis would move a little, hitting the second location. So it's connecting, this 3 is connecting to the 5 and the 4 here for the first and second locations. The vertex, Destiny's Gateway, here in the 7th house, Virgo. Virgo rules our daily experiences and routines. I'm not a mundane astrologer. There is separate, deeper meanings for all of the houses. The Dark Pixie astrology, she has lots of learning information. I have a printout here for the houses, but that'll make, if I use it too much, it's going to make the video super long. So I just want to point out some things that are fascinating. Also connecting to that, there was a lunar eclipse March a year ago at 5 degrees 7 minutes in the 8th house. This is the 8th house is the house of destruction, death and rebirth, transformation. We have, of course, this first location where it hit got the hardest damage. And this is the house of insurance and debt, loans, mortgages, that kind of thing. And it's connecting here to Gaia. Gaia is the earth. So Gaia is the goddess of the earth. So I thought that was very interesting that it's creating a T-square here with the ascendant and descendant and Pluto, which rules also destruction, and this 8th house also just on the 12th house side, ruled by Neptune. That'll be important in a moment. But it's all connecting here. Nyx is another goddess, primordial goddess that is related to, chaos, and I had to go look it up. Nyx is the mother of chaos, actually. And that is important because with this eclipse that we're having right now, March 14th, this eclipse here in Virgo, which is a total lunar eclipse at 23 degrees 58 minutes, chaos is also stationing direct. Chaos is right here in the chart, and it matches with the oranges and yellows, especially if you go within 2 degrees each way. But anyway, so Nyx is the mother of chaos. Yay. 10th house is ruled by Saturn, and that includes buildings. And it's a money house. So let's see, where were we? Venus is gestation retrograde, which Venus rules our assets and the things that we value. The chart itself is ruled by Uranus and by Saturn because it's Aquarius is the rising. And Uranus here, as you can see, is connecting to the total lunar eclipse going on right now, 2351, 2358. So a total lunar eclipse, the moon rules our homes. It rules our families, our homes. And in a mundane chart, I do know this, it rules the people. And Cancer rules home and family. Sixth house is the house of Virgo, and there's our Virgo lunar eclipse. Mars isn't very far away, still about 8 degrees. And it's creating a lot of turbulence in a lot of families in different ways. So back to our purple ones here. Here's the biggie. Phaethon and Eris. Phaethon is things out of control. Eris is discord and strife, usually for positive changes. And then this is Hallstrom. I believe it's German, the way it's spelled out. And my friend, that one of them that had a lot of damage, actually, that I'm going to show her chart in another video, is my German friend that lives in the first location that got hit. So I have 2 German storm related. There's Hallstrom here, and then there's Sturm, is German for storm. So anyway, back to, we have Hallstrom, things out of control, discord and strife, all connecting to this total lunar eclipse, and Uranus, the unexpected, in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus that just recently went retrograde, and Taurus rules our assets. 4th house is the house of home and family. Okay, so then we have some ones I threw in that I don't normally use. I was actually trying to see what was connecting more directly with chaos, but just with it stationing retrograde right now, that's more than enough. It's going to affect, the subdivisions, the town, all of these have their own charts when they were created, and it could match up to anything in any of those. So I'll just go here in a circle here, and in the green we have, this is Destiny at 819, and that ties to a solar eclipse that we have coming up March 29th at the end of this month, and that's at 8 degrees and 53 minutes Aries. Now we also have Venus sitting right here at that, and Venus is the ruler of the IC, the emotional foundation, the start of the home, and Mercury's not very far away. Varuna is the goddess. Let me get it right. There you go, see for yourself. The deity of vast power, particularly over waters. Now Neptune's very heavily involved in this hailstorm, and Neptune rules all things water, and hail is, of course, frozen water. So Varuna was very powerful in it as well. And Varuna is the life force. And something I had read in another description was that she also greatly enlarges things, kind of like Jupiter does. And opposite this Venus, Mercury, and the solar eclipse, we also have one of the Fates, Hera, at 841 in the 8th house. Again, that's the house of destruction, ruled by this Pluto. In the 12th house, ruled by Neptune. Neptune here, you can see, is in conjunction with our town name, the North Node, future path of destiny, and Apophis. Apophis is another biggie. It's the chaos dragon. Well, there you go. There's your description for the Hera also. Apophis is the serpent of chaos, dragon, Scorpio-like energy, god of chaos, constantly destroying and regenerating, stirring up fears, Lemurian related. I constantly preach that things are not as they seem. They say, as above, so below. And the charts just really show that. So we have Apophis, the chaos and destruction, with our town, the North Node, future path, and Neptune, which is ruling this Pluto here on the ascendant. Just on that 12th house side. Okay, so anyway, very near to it was an eclipse, September 18th, 2024. And that was another lunar eclipse, but it was a partial. So I didn't see that there was complete, total destruction, But I didn't really look into it really far, but I think a lot of people just got a lot of serious damage. And it's opposite the South Node. Now, this first location has been hit by tornadoes. They were just recently hit, South Node's a past. They were just recently hit with a huge windstorm. My friend, she had just gotten her roof repaired from the windstorm, and here comes the hail, and it has to be redone. Got her fence and air conditioner and things also this time around. So this is Hale here at also 27 degrees, just the Hale. And this is Torricelli. Torricelli is in the eye of the storm. So what we have here is an aspect of Hale with our town Apophis, North Node, Future Path, and Neptune in the middle of being in the eye of the storm. Third house is our community. And that's opposite the South Node, like I said. And that partial eclipse that we had September 21st, September 21st, 2025 coming up connects with that also. We also have another goddess here, Lilith, and she's known for her destruction. She has quite the destructive force also. I like the mythology that with Gaia squaring the ascendant and descendant, that Lilith is upset also with all of the natural world being covered with the human buildings and concrete and asphalt. But Lilith is also related to the crescent moon, and I just looked it up. The moon was in a waxing gibbous phase, which is a crescent moon. And as you can see, as you can see, the moon is connecting to all of the 27s here. All right, so we had a solar eclipse in Libra at 10:02 on October 2nd, last fall. The part of fortune is what this is here with the cross in it, is in the 8th house again of the destruction, transformation, insurance, loans. And it connects to the phallus, which is there when a cork is popped in the 12th house ruled by Neptune. Mora, another one of the fates, at 12:32 connects almost exactly to this storm in the 1st house in Pisces ruled by Neptune. When you have things grouped together like Neptune, the town name, the North Node, and Apophis, when you have them grouped together like that, that just creates a massive ball of energy, kind of like with Hallstrom, Phaethon, and Eris. So you have these really powerful things going on, big energy, big energy. So the other blues we have are Jupiter, which expands everything. Jupiter might also bring in friends, gifts, luck, and Gemini from the community, people helping you out. It's connected to the moon, which was in Cancer, both ruling the home and family, and connecting to the part of fortune, which is the luck, of course, sitting there on that solar eclipse, as I said. So you have those aspect connections. And then we have, let's see, that eclipse. Right here, the solar eclipse total, April 8th. Everybody went outside and stood in the dark. It was at 19 degrees, 22 minutes of Aries. And that was last April 8th, last year. The county name is right here at 19 degrees, 21 minutes, I think. That's the problem. Connecting in a 30 degree semi-sextile. This is actually Haileyosbourne. I've used it for Hale, and it works great. And Saturn ruling the buildings. Saturn always brings a restriction and less life lessons, but it does rule the buildings. And that also connects here to Sturm at 2135, almost exact Saturn 2136, Sturm 2135. In Leo, that's, your pride in your home, I would say, would be one way to look at Leo. But I don't, like I said, I'm not a mundane astrologer, so anybody wants to help out here, they can. I'm just putting it up there and see. That also connects to the midheaven, the public midheaven. It's anything that's connecting to it is very up front and center. And the emotional foundation, a lot of people woke up that morning or, no electricity, which also is Uranus, Aquarius, Uranus. And, they had a really bad day. Having to figure everything out with their insurance agencies. And I know where my friend lives, it's a HOA, so they're very proud of their homes. Now, another thing that we have here, you see my little stars for when I run out of colors. Texas, retrograde at 16 degrees, 51 minutes, right here on the 8th house cusp. So anything on a cusp is very, very potent, would be the good word for that. And that's opposite the sun of this chart. Second house, it rules assets and the things that we value. And the sun's in Pisces, of course. And that connects to Mars. Mars has a violent force to it. Now, one thing I said is that the storm came through and blew through. This is just approximately the time that it came into that side of our county. So, this moves. And we've had a lot of things going on here in Texas, just like other states have in the United States. I actually have asteroids for the United States, too. But Kali here in the first house is also another goddess of destruction and transformation. And I think right now with Pluto moving through Aquarius is that we're getting big lessons on what's really important in life, material-wise, and people in our lives, and how things are actually going, how we're actually taking care of things. So it's just something to think about when catastrophe happens. Uranus likes to come in and shake us up and make us look at things differently. This lunar eclipse right here that we have coming up in September of this year is actually at a very important degree. It's where my Ginky is right now. My childhood nickname is exactly on this. And yeah, that's a very important degree for someone very close to me, the rising. But it's connecting to Kali, which is the awakening also. She is the awakener. As well as to the Texas and anything. Keep it around 2 degrees. So anyway, so I'm just going on and on and on. I think I've got everything. My brain's going in several different directions, as usual. But I think that kind of shows just if you look at different people's charts, which I will do my friend next. And like I said, the subdivision, the community. I have another friend that lives in the second location spot that got hit, and I saw reports from her that things got pretty messed up, and the ascendant by the time it reached to her would have creeped a little bit because this can change, I believe, within 4 minutes, time difference. So it would have been more opposite the second location as the storm moved across the county. Anyway, so it just kind of gives you an idea, and I'll just wrap it up instead of rambling. Thanks for watching.